Is this right now?
Yeah.
We're going right now. Breaking news.
News.
Oh, watching myself dang.
What's the breaking news?
A midweek Hodgie and the Boneman episode because we've hit a goal.
What goal is that?
You are down to 315. That's the goal. I didn't have a fake goal. I was gonna say turning on these lights, but then you did that. Is this thing on? I didn't see you mess with this thing at all.
Yeah.
Is he ready to roll?
It's going. You see it?
Okay. He's ready to roll.
Harold Baines is ready to go.
He's ready to roll back there too. Our new king of the basketball.
That is correct. I did hit 315.
Well, now it doesn't want to play. He's played it 10 times. 315 on the point something dot.
No.
On the fuck, man. Won't it just
It
decide?
it plays with you. I feel like it just messes with you.
It goes up to like higher and lower.
Yeah, it's like, what could it be? What could it be?
315.1. That's a pretty solid 315.
Right. It's not
Not a bullshit 315.
right, like we've been doing. So, I've been doing the intermittent fasting more diligently. I feel like. Well, I really haven't been doing it that much, but I've been pushing myself to go like the 16 hours,
And then fitting everything
and
into
then
8.
and then everything into 8. Right.
That's
and
cool.
I was looking at what most people do, and they like stop eating at 8 o'clock at night.
So 12 to 8 they eat.
And
Have
I'm
coffee with oil in the morning, or
I don't know. There's some people who say
either. Yeah, I get
there's
confused.
some people who say that the moment you take anything other than water, you've broke the fast.
Right.
So even coffee,
coffee.
your body's metabolizing the caffeine or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. But I went up to 319, right?
Right.
And then I weighed myself Monday. It was 317. And then that's when I started doing the intermittent fasting, like making sure it was 16 hours. And in 2 days, I went down 2 pounds. And I really, like, Monday I didn't eat. I wasn't keto on Monday. Yeah, Tuesday I was. Yesterday I was, but like, I weighed myself before I ate anything anyway that day. So it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just kind of all rolled up into one. Like, really wasn't like super keto, but I have been drinking my Keto Max drink twice a day because they say for best results.
Really?
Once in the morning, and so that's
while
like kind of
being still, even while following the diet, or the whatever.
Yeah.
You gotta still use it. So it's not even to knock you back into ketosis. It's like just to optimize.
I guess to optimize like weight loss or fat burning
process
or whatever.
And then while you're fasting for that 16 hours, you should theoretically be burning fat.
Correct. Yeah. And that's why I've been making sure that, so I can't go 8 and then, because when I wake up for whatever reason I want to eat, so I've modified it to where like I'm stopping eating at like 3. For some reason I can go from 3 to 9 without eating and be okay, just drink water or whatever, and then go to sleep. And then when I wake up around whatever 8.
Don't you wake up at like 4?
I do, but I don't. I won't eat breakfast until.
So what's your window then? Like 8 to 3? 7 to 3?
7 to 3, I guess, would technically be the window. But I don't eat anything till like 9, so I'm going even. Because I even read
so
like
9
there's
to 5. I mean, you can pick any window, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've seen people, but there's also people who do like a 24-hour fast. But that's every other day you do a 24-hour fast, and then the day in between is just normal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'll just do the regular fast and just like move the window, So some days I've gone, the last few days I've been like stopping around 3, and then when I wake up, it's like, well, I'm not eating right away at 5 or 6 or 7,
right.
so by 8 or 9, that's when I'm actually eating.
So you're eating, or are you having coffee in the morning with anything?
I'm having like a meal at like 8.
Your first thing?
Yeah. Usually with coffee. I know for you it'd make more sense because you don't really like to eat in the morning anyway. So for you, like going till noon or 1 o'clock.
It's pretty easy for me, but I've been hungry lately, I think, because I've been just doing pull-ups and push-ups like a madman. Right. I think I'm actually gaining muscle, so I'm getting hungry. But I haven't eaten today yet, and it is almost noon, 11:30. Right. So I don't know. Like I try to do coffee morning oil, but I'll do that right in the morning if my day is going to be productive and if I'm doing the right things. Then I wake up and I do that, take a shower, and then I'll just kind of go. Usually I've been getting hungry around 10 or 11, it seems like, and then I'll eat. Or like on my way here, I just felt nauseous all of a sudden. And I was like, oh, you probably should have ate. Like, I actually just do it, and I don't even think I feel good a lot of the time. I got like a headache. Is there feeling nauseous? Oh, what it was I haven't drank water since last night. Like, I've been up for a couple hours, and I haven't had any water. So it's been 12 hours since I drank any water. So I'm back on the water. But I just do that without thinking about it.
Right.
At night now, lately though, I got this habit of where now I'm thinking about whether or not I should eat. Yeah. Last night I had a bag of frozen fruit as opposed to any ice cream or anything, so I considered that good. And then and I got the idea to go to Burger King at like 8:30, and I'll just like sit there and I'll think about it and have like this war for like a while, Yeah. And usually I just go, fuck it, and I go, and then I eat it, and I was like, man, that wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be anyway, and I fucking feel guilty. I could have just not ate it, and I would have made it out of today with like 15 to 2,000 less calories.
Yeah, true. That's one of the things that I think I saw it on Facebook, and I saw this guy, and he like does intermittent fasting, and then when he is eating, he just eats just shit. Like he eats like pizzas on
cupcakes,
like stacked with cheeseburgers, and like he's eating like 5,000 calories, but in that 8-hour window.
And it's still working for him?
It's still working for him.
Jesus.
I'm like,
well, he's probably a unique situation.
But he's probably also like training.
Is he a swimmer or something?
Something, I don't know. But then I was like, maybe I should do that, because even if it's like keeping his equilibrium okay, maybe that'll help me. Yeah. And then I decided to try it, and it seems like it's working. We'll find out.
Do you feel like you're hungry in the 16 hours? Have you been like waiting, looking at the clock? Like,
no, but I mean, this morning I was hungry, but it was already like 8 or 9, way past the 16 hours, So I was like, maybe I should eat something.
A while, like, no, maybe more than that now. Like a year ago, or I kept like, I was not eating for long periods of time. It didn't seem to bother me.
Right.
But, like eat once a day, not eat, go 24, 36 hours and shit. But then, I don't know. I don't think it was very good for me.
Yeah. I don't know. But it's also weird that there's so many people have differences about what kicks you out of the fasting. Because like some people say, well, like if it's under 50 calories, you're okay. It's not going to kick you out. Like, so you could actually even have your coffee and MCT oil, because the coffee is like no calories, maybe
how many calories is a serving of that MCT oil? I don't even know.
I don't know, like 25 or something. It's got to be. It's pure fat, so it's got to have some.
I actually thought maybe it was more.
It could be. I I don't know. I don't have a bottle down here. But we can look at it.
Does it say how much on that can of LaCroix?
No.
Doesn't say how much the oil is.
No. But yeah, so...
Yeah, because I thought... initially, like... When I guess I still kind of think that way. I thought most... Or one of the ways to keto was morning butter coffee.
Right.
Get your caffeine, get your fat or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can function, but you're not eating. Maybe that dude, Mark Sisson or whatever, do you remember that guy when he was on Rogan? And he was the keto dude that I first saw.
Okay.
That made me like actually understand it and realize what it was and shit. He was like an old gray haired dude, obviously still in really good shape, like at 60. And he had been doing the keto, but I think he also does intermittent fasting. And he had gone from like keto now, but trying to burn the fat stuff. He'd been like paleo before and just like done a bunch of different shit, you know? But this had worked the best for him. Oh, he was a marathon runner and shit. And since he's 60, he did all that shit in the 70s, 80s. It was the same way it was when we were in high school, where they would like have us eat a shitload of pasta before the football game and stuff, because they'd be like, you need the carbs to burn. Like all those long distance dudes would just eat like crazy and then run and then like eat shit.
Well, there is science. I think Joe Rogan had somebody on, and he said there was like some science behind that, but they were like, I think the Russians did it, but it was like they deprived themselves of carbs for all the time they were training. Right. And then it had an effect. And then they carbo loaded the night before. And it had a benefit. Right. Yeah. And it had a benefit. So it was like, yeah. But we just took it as you gotta eat a crap load of pasta. Right. And he was doing like the glucose packs or sugar packs, whatever they were, because he was running like 100 miles. Yeah. Whatever he fucking needed. But that guy... I don't know, so he does butter coffee in the morning, and this guy was my first initial concept of someone who does this. But I didn't know if that breaks the fast or not. Yeah, because there was also somebody on that Joe Rogan had on. He has her on. He's had her on a few times, and she's like some kind of doctor, and she says like even if you drink coffee, you're out of the fast. Right, it breaks the fast. Well, and so Joe Rogan is like, I don't know what to do, man. Yeah. I go do my set, and then at the ice house, and then at 12 o'clock, I'm fucking hungry, man.
Well, maybe that's just a case of like some, generally when people talk about intermittent fasting, maybe that just means solids. Right. I don't know, because then you'd have... what about a shake? I just blended up a bunch of shit. Alright, yeah. Like, you can take it to any fucking level, She's probably just being a hard line on that. Yeah, probably. And then other people think, and I don't know, I feel like some of the reason that I don't think about eating sometimes till later is because I do the thing in the morning. Maybe that's why, Right, you're just going, I don't need it. Yeah, because I get it. Like I feel, and I actually will feel the difference sometimes. It was in the morning. I felt, one way. I had that with like, if I don't have time, I'll just take this tablespoon, I'll eat it, or I'll like pour it in like milk, which is delicious, fatty milk, fatty whole milk. Whoa, it does something. It's great. But then I went for a bike ride, and during the bike ride, I could tell, like, I felt it kick in. Like, I felt like I had eaten, or like, yeah. That shit's the bomb. I had to order more. I'm probably like, of that, I had the non-emulsified shit, and I'm probably down like there. Yeah. 46 servings or some shit it's on there. So that would be a month and a half. I wonder when we ordered all that shit. Like right around there. Like maybe it's a little longer. Yeah. Like, I feel like the end of May, maybe. They were having some sort of... Was it a Memorial Day sale? Yeah, something maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm almost done. I still have the strawberry stuff, so if you want to put that in your milk. Oh, you don't eat it?
Not, I mean, because I put it in
That
coffee.
would be delicious.
I have put it in with
the.
the Keto Max drink that I have, and like you can't even tell that it's in there really because the flavor
That
is
strawberry shit and milk would be so good.
But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see on Sunday if.
What day is it? Thursday?
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday? Are you gonna... Do you have any upcoming, foreseeable Hans is gonna eat keto days?
Not this, not in the near future, but not this weekend, but next weekend, yeah, for sure.
What's the date today? Is it the 12th?
13th.
That's the 13th?
Yeah. Because in 2 weeks is Amelia's birthday, so that'll be definitely a lot of.
You should just try to make it till then and see if you can hit 300 before Amelia's birthday, dude.
Lose 15 pounds in 10 days?
Dude, if you... Alright, like starting... Do at least lay down the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
And just see what happens. But yeah, just do it, man. You're gonna be... Have you thought more about getting a bicycle? Because I found this badass path by my house, dude. So shit.
I have to figure out what size I have to be before they're not
Bet it's 3 hundo.
I don't know. I've been under 300 before, and they were not very comfortable.
Is this a weight problem or a nutsack problem, man? You just need a comfortable seat. I bought a beach cruiser. Like, what kind of bike are you on? Some fucking... I'm gonna ride down a mountain bike?
Probably.
Fucking... I bought a beach cruiser with a cup holder in the center with a cozy in it. I was probably drunk when I bought the bike, but it's very comfortable. It's got the wide-ass handlebars, wide-ass seat. It's got a Panther on it. It's called the Panther. It's like... it's a special version of the beach cruiser by Schwinn. You should get one. Alright, you trying to duck out of here? We out?
Huh?
Feel like you were trying to get out of it like a minute ago.
You mean the bike? Buying a bike? Yeah, I've been trying to get out of that.
Oh man, we reflected on that dyno. I thought that rekindled your love.
No.
Jesus.
One of my worst
Is that dyno
memories
still at your
of...
dad's house?
It might be.
Can I have it?
I don't know. You can go
I
over
want to
there
do
and
tricks.
see.
You know, like you
But
feel
you know
like
what?
you can
It's
do
probably
tricks now.
It's probably rusted out because it's been underneath the porch for how long has it been? 15 years, 20 years probably. But one of my worst memories was we went on a road trip to Wisconsin, and my dad was like, "Oh, we're gonna." That's the reason why I got the new bike, was because I needed
The dyno?
Yeah, because I needed a new bike because we were gonna go on this road trip and we were all gonna bring our bikes and do a bunch of biking. Mm-hmm. And so my dad was trying to get me to buy a mountain bike because that's what we kind of needed for these trails because they weren't all paved. But no, I wanted the BMX because everybody had BMX bikes. So
It was a badass bike, dude.
And so I just remember being on this bike and my dad and Kelly being on mountain bikes, and we were on like this like gravel path in New Glarus, Wisconsin, some like Swedish town with like clogs everywhere, and I'm just like trying to keep up with them. It was just like horrible. And then my tire popped, and we had to go to Madison, Wisconsin. We were going to Madison, Wisconsin, so we had to wait till we got there, and then they fixed it, and then we stuck to paved paths at that point.
God, damn.
Yeah. So I remember that was like one of my least favorite.
Because it was like one long listen to your father lesson.
Yeah.
for like a whole weekend.
He was like, I should have just
Like, yeah.
But then when you think about it,
And your dad was just like,
you bought a bike for that one time. I'm gonna be using this bike for
right.
like,
Oh, I would have done the same thing,
you know,
dude. That was a badass bike. I don't care what you went in there to buy. When you saw that bike, you knew that was the fucking one. No, we rode around the neighborhood all the time. What are you gonna do with a mountain bike when you're 10?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got, at my dad's house, I had the training wheel one, and then I got one normal BMX type. What would you call it? Yeah, that's what you would call it, right? Mm-hmm. And then I think my next one up was mountainish. Definitely had like straight bars, these doodads, Scorpion, I think it was, maybe it was a Huffy, and it was just like, yeah, more like,
I think the only
forward.
appeal to those was the fact that you had like gears.
Yeah.
And you could shift gears.
And there was an appeal to it. And we used to go on, well, the thing is we had the prairie path there.
Right.
So it's riding a straight line. So, like, it had a fucking purpose. In Elma Park, that thing did not have a purpose. So I had, like, the regular fucking pegs this goddamn big. The Huffy, the chromed out. I don't think I have like any pictures of that thing. What the fuck?
Why?
I have pictures of the blue one.
Why?
And the red one. You remember the red one? The crazy Schwinn? It was like crazy shaped.
Yeah, I do remember that. I don't have a picture of my bike. Like, who takes pictures with their bikes?
So you have, so like never at your house, my house, at a birthday party, block party, no one's ever caught you with a picture on your bike.
I don't
This
think
is your
so.
claim. Even when you were a little child,
Well, we never had block
learning
parties
how to
on
ride
the
a
block.
bike, no one ever fucking snapped a picture of Hodgie on a bike.
If you can find one.
I do not want to look at a bunch of ugly ass pictures of you. Guaranteed there are some. I guarantee. I don't even gotta look through them.
I don't think so, because I don't even feel like anybody was outside
And
with a
Cindy,
camera.
find a picture of Hodgie on a bike. I'm gonna find one. I probably have one.
You might.
We were snapping pics of you on bicycles all the time.
No, I don't think so. You know what you definitely won't see me in a picture of? A power wheel.
A big wheel?
Power wheel. Remember
What
those?
was a power wheel?
The cars you could drive?
Oh, like the actual electric.
Yeah.
You never had one of those? My papa bought me a Lincoln, dude. It was
My dad waited till I was
Champagne
too big.
When was that? What do you mean? How long?
So those things were popular when we were like little.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the weight limit was like 100 pounds. And maybe my dad was like, okay, when you're 6 or 7, you can get one. And we went to Toys R Us.
Around like 4.
And when
5.
I don't know what time. All I know is that I was over 100 pounds by then, which could have been like first grade. I probably was over 100 pounds by first grade. So we go, and then I'm like, oh, I want that one. And then he kind of looks at the description, and it says weight limit like 60 to
What was
90
it?
pounds.
A Jurassic Park Jeep? What was it?
I don't remember.
You remember that thing? They had that.
Yeah.
Barbie things.
For,
For the
it probably was like
ladies.
I don't know, I don't even. They didn't have SUV things.
Camoed
Like
out.
probably a
They had
Jeep
the
kind of
Jeep,
thing.
yeah.
But yeah, he looked at it and was like, all of them said
Yeah, SUVs didn't
60
exist back then besides
like a
Grand Cherokees
Bronco,
and Broncos, yeah.
and he's like, oh, how much do you weigh? And I'm like, 100 pounds. He's like, you can't.
You can't ever get one of these. That time has passed. And they just And then he's like, well, one day I'm going to tell you to buy a mountain bike. And you should listen to me.
I think the rest of the years that I used that bike in the neighborhood outweighed the horrible experience I had.
Yeah, but first, you're like struggling on that shitty gravel or fucking. I was on one the other day that was like wood chips all of a sudden. Like, I'm like, wood chips? Wood chips for a fucking bicycle path? Like, I don't care what kind of bike you got. Although I did see a bike the other day with like...
Yeah, I wanted to... I thought, if I get a bike, that's the kind of bike I'm going to get with...
I bet you they're fucking comfortable, man. Probably ride like a dream.
Remember the plastic wheel tires? On like the spokes were plastic and the whole thing was basically...
The big wheel?
No, on a regular bike. Never saw that.
Like a regular bike, and it was all plastic, like
the wheel, like the spokes, everything was just. They weren't like thin. They were like big. Triangle.
Yeah, but then there's still a regular tire though.
Was it?
Oh,
it always looked like plastic to me.
I don't know. Maybe you're talking about something I'm not aware of. But I remember those were badass, dude.
Looked like a eraser, kind of like, so it was solid. I didn't think there was air in it.
Those things were cool.
Because it didn't really, the tires were so thin that it didn't look like there was like an inner tube in it. But I could have been wrong.
I don't know, man. You could be right.
I could.
But you could be wrong. Right. You could be right.
But who knows?
No one knows. Pre-Google. Pre-Google. Pre-Google free.
Pre-Google free.
Yeah, see? That one's hard. Got the coffees right now. I think I need more water. It's like you don't drink water and then you drink this, which dehydrates you. Yeah. So stupid.
So when are we going to the Renaissance Fair?
Do you want to go?
Though it might be flooded because Six Flags was flooded.
What?
Yesterday from the rain.
Oh no!
So they closed because they flooded. So who knows? Should check.
Son of Bob. What happened to the fucking fjords?
This isn't the Wisconsin Dells.
What happened to the fucking 1,400 beaver dams?
They're gone. They melted away.
Just ash?
Yep.
Sludge?
Because I want to do like a live stream from the Renaissance Fair. If I can ever figure out how to do it.
I think we should just make a movie while we're there. Fuck live streaming. With 2-3 hours of footage.
Hodgie and the Boneman. The movie. In a world where you go to the Renaissance Fair.
Oh. Yeah, we could pretend.
Get down!
I mean, fuck, everyone was keto back in Renaissance days. To get a piece of bread.
True. Actually, I think they just didn't eat.
They drank fucking beer, bread, water. That's how they got
Pretty
their
much, yeah.
nutrition. But yeah, just meat and the fat of dead babies, probably. Natural deaths. Jesus. Things were hard back then, man.
Yeah.
They didn't have jars.
But they had flies.
They did have tons of flies.
They could go to Disney
flies.
World for $145.
Probably $115 back then.
True, with inflation. Yep.
What's that?
It's a mug from Disney World.
So you're so out of stuff you just resorted to grabbing. Have you seen this yet? I'm pretty sure you have, but have you?
Keith Magnuson. Bobblehead.
Is there a way to make this guy seem like he's a real...
No. We'd have to, like... I don't even think so because of the wide lens on this camera. Like, even if you put it really far and put him in front of it and, like, did the perspective thing, I don't know if it would work because of the way the wide lens is.
You don't think so?
Yeah, that's not... I don't believe it. And if you believe it out there, the two people who watch the show...
If you believe it, let Hodgie know you believe it. Hashtag believe. That one hasn't been used yet, has it?
Believe? Oh no. Oh no.
Hashtag believer.
It was really weird because the last time we went, which was in December,
Bieber lever.
at the resort, you can get if you have like a dining plan, you can get this for free, and you can refill it as much as you want. But somehow it like, I don't know if there's got to be some kind of like sorcery in here because you'd put it down on the soda fountain machine, and it would like, there's like a little screen up at the top and it'd be like, you have free refills for X amount more days, and then it would let you turn. If you didn't do that, it wouldn't work. The machine wouldn't work. It's like, that's crazy sorcery right there.
Jesus. And how many pounds of diamonds did you have to get every day to get a cup?
I don't know. It was free. Because we had the dining plan.
Free with a catch?
Yeah, you have to get the dining plan. That's the catch.
For a price?
Yeah.
After the fact?
Of course.
Extra? Gratis?
In a sense.
Which one?
Whichever sense you choose.
Is your money cents?
Yeah.
My dollars and cents. That's which one. Oh!
Okay. Okay. But yeah.
Pretty good pun.
Yeah. Very punny.
Probably the best pun out of all of our episodes.
Maybe. You know,
One day when we have a pun, greatest hits.
You know, I did send 10 puns in to a contest, and only one pun won. Only one pun intended.
Only one pun won.
Or you could say none of them win. None of them won, so no pun intended. Boom.
I don't know too much.
That's in punching right there. Inception.
That's what?
It's a pun within a pun. Within a pun, within a donut.
Compunction.
Within a pun. Within Gary Clark Jr.'s head.
Compunction. Well, I don't know anything. I don't even know what sacred geometry is. But I'm pretty sure it has to do with boxes. And I'm pretty sure that's why cats like boxes.
Okay. All right, Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse and the...
Rippers.
Thank you. The rolling...
Apples.
Lead.
Paint. But this brings me to a funny story about this cup. Well, not this cup, but a cup.
Another cup story.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Whenever the last time we went to Disney World as a family, but it was just me, Kelly, and my parents.
As a family.
Okay, as a family. This
Oh,
was
before the little ones.
Yeah, before all the extra people showed up into our families.
Extra people, dude.
Like spouses
Downhill.
and kids. But I think it was like I think that was one of the first years they did the dining plan, right? And they gave away these free mugs, so my dad did it. And the problem is that when you go to the parks,
The same mug from the drink machine.
right? It's a different mug. If I can, I'm sure it's still at my parents' house, and we could bring it and show it next episode, maybe.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. The problem is that you can't use these in the parks.
Where were you using this?
At the hotel.
Oh, Jesus.
So like, think of like you're thirsty and you want a drink, so you're at the resort.
Yeah, you leave with a full cup.
Right.
But then you cup.
So the thing was, like, we didn't want to carry these around the park all day. So we had breakfast, had these cups, and then somebody had to go back to the room to put them back. And so me and Kelly decided to play rock, paper, scissors. So this is probably 4 or 5 days into the trip. And while we're in line, we've been playing rock, paper, scissors pretty regularly. And I've been just, every single time, I've always thrown rock. The first thing I do is I throw a rock. So Kelly's catching on. And we also kind of make note one of the days, like, you're always throwing rock, and like, yeah, and that's my thing, like, I always throw a rock. So we decide, okay, one shot of, not best 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5, 5 out of 7, just one shot, rock, paper, scissors. Whoever loses has to go take it to the thing. So my sister goes, he always throws rock, so if I throw paper, I'll win. But he probably knows that, so he's going to throw scissors. So I need to throw rock. And she stops there.
You said this out loud?
No, in her head.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Now in my head...
You heard this real time, or she told you later?
She told me later.
All right.
So in my head, I'm going, okay, she knows that I always throw rock. So she's going to throw paper. So I should throw scissors. But she's probably going to throw rock. So I should throw paper. Now,
What?
my sister thinks that I'm an idiot. And thinks that I would stop.
Rightfully so.
And not throw paper. That I'm going to stop at scissors. I'm only going to go one step. But she should know that I'm a 2-step guy. Okay?
And that's it, no more.
Two
You're
steps,
two. You
that's
got
it.
too many, that's probably
Well,
about it.
She apparently thought I was a one-step guy.
Definitely not.
So she throws, what was it, rock? And I throw paper and I win. And she's like, how did this happen? Like, and I'm like, I didn't think you were going to go to the next, we were explaining
How did this happen?
We're discussing like our thinking behind it, right? And she goes, well, I didn't think you were going to go past that. And I'm like, well, that's where you went wrong. And then she had to walk these cups back to the hotel room while I just got to sit there and enjoy it.
Yes, that was fucking hell yeah. Treated.
I feel like we tell this story like at least
treated
2 or 3 times a year.
I've never heard it.
Well, to Kelly, like we
It's a great
discussed
story.
this story many times.
I think it really sums up the dynamic between you two. Hodgie's always gonna win. Treated. 2 steps, baby. He's not a 1-step man. Always 2.
But yeah, so.
And we know she's not capable of going 3, so you're safe.
But it was kind of weird, like that. Somehow I perfectly predicted she's only gonna go to the next step,
You knew.
and she's
She's a 1-stepper.
She had just assumed, and you know what happens when you assume. You assume, and so it was a nice little thing that happened.
She's got no juice. She's 1 step. I think we should end there. It's not going to get better than that.
I think so
that
too.
was good.
Yeah. All right. Peace, guys.
Peace out. I give him the 1 finger peace.